Very pleased now to be joined here at Blogging the Boys by the one, the only, our great friend, my personal best friend at this point in time. You know him, you love him, you have cheered him on, and soon enough, very soon, he will finally, at long last, get his rightful due, an immortal spot in pro football's most prestigious fraternity, the Pro Football Hall of Famer. It is the one and only DeMarcus Ware. D-Ware, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Dude, thank you guys for having me on the show, man. And thank you for that nice introduction right there. So thank you.
Do you so I'm a big football fan. You know that. You and I have talked a lot about this. I told you about how when I was in high school I got your autograph that, helped kind of lead to my Cowboys fandom. I look at it that way. I look at it like, my guy it is the most prestigious return. You've won the Super Bowl. You've done things that, you've climbed the highest of mountaintops that you can as a team player, but this belongs to you. I mean, when we're all gone, when whatever happens in life, whatever happens, people will discover the Pro Football Hall of Fame and read about this game and the greatest players that ever lived. And you're on that list. I mean, like, has that fully soaked in for you yet?
I think it soaks in a little bit every day. I mean, when I wake up and have some good sleep, in my sleep number bed, you got to throw it in there. I wake up from my dream, and it's actually a reality now. It's a reality that I not have, but want to live every single day. And it's so cool that when your son comes to you and say, you know what, DeMarcus, you are the GOAT, the greatest of all time in your position when you played. And then being able to do that, on, two amazing platforms with, Dallas Cowboys and, Denver is so cool. But it's sort of really now sinking in that after I book over 50 hotel rooms, have over 70 wares coming because they're everywhere. Everybody's going to be there. And that moment is really going to settle in when I see everybody looking at me.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, you should like refer to that, like maybe name the group text every dash where, but spell it your way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
Just
everywhere. Where's where?
that's awesome. But it should be that way. You know what I mean? Like you've worked hard for this. You've lived a life full of blessings and opportunities, and you've capitalized on them. And so that's something I always look at. Like, this is such a cool moment for whoever's going in. In this case, it's obviously you, to share with the people who helped get you here. Are you prepared emotionally? You're a pretty reserved guy. You've stepped out a little bit, I feel like, since since that day that you gave me your autograph. But we see some Hall of Famers just lose it. Like, have you prepared yourself for the range of emotions that you'll be experiencing?
I have. When you go through the speech about 15 to 20 times and you rewrite it, those emotions eventually sort of subside a little bit, but I know that they'll come back. They're going to come back when you see everybody there. They're going to come back when you're actually delivering that speech and you feel and they feel that heartfelt moment of them saying, hey, I was part of this with you, a part of this journey. And so, yes, I have gotten choked up from the speech. That lets me know that it really means something to me. And the people that are in the speech and some that aren't going to be able to make the speech, they'll feel that too. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what emotions are going to come out, but I'll probably shed a tear a little bit.
I hope you do, because you should. It should be that meaningful to you. But I hope you're able to persevere, because I know it'll feel like
Oh
the
yeah,
longest speech of your life.
yeah.
But we're rooting for you. You mentioned it right before we started recording. I'm not in my normal office. I'm fortunate enough to have interviewed so many times that you could probably identify all the things that are there. I had to travel unexpectedly. I'm not the working man that DeMarcus Ware is, but I did have to travel. I'm heading to Oxnard on Sunday. You know what I mean? Some of us still got to partake in the normal football activities, DeMarcus. We're not all Hall of Famers. So the jersey is safely at home. I will tweet, Instagram, Threads, whatever you want to call it, a photo of you
Here we
once
go.
I'm back in my normal MO. Because Cowboys fans have your jersey and have enjoyed your career so much, I'm sure they have their favorite memories of you. I'm curious, what is if you had to pick one, you got a million, but if you had to pick one memory that stands out to you from your Cowboys career, and also what you think, what like the average fan's favorite memory of you is?
Um, for me, every time I got to sack the quarterback, that was a memory that I can remember, and there's 138 and a half of those things, right? But I think the moment that really signified like who I was as a person and what my teammates meant to me was when I was, carted out the field during that San Diego game and me thinking that I wasn't probably going to play football again. And then coming back that Saints game after I got some good sleep. I didn't have my sleep number bed at the time, but if I did, I would have been in that bed. I would that moment of me coming back saying that I wasn't going to do it and winning that game off of 2 forced fumbles, that let me know that I see why they chose me to be their captain. They chose me to be their captain because they know no matter what, I'm gonna be ready for battle when that time comes.
Your sack of Drew Brees, I think, is probably the one that maybe people tell you the most. That was, you guys knocked off, the eventual Super Bowl champions. Obviously, that was a Saturday night game. It was around Christmas time. It was just such an epic thing. Miles Austin was kind of like, starting to come along. Like, it was such a magical time for the Cowboys. My personal favorite, since I know you are super curious, in 2006, the week before Christmas, you guys went to Atlanta, the old Georgia Dome, and you got Mike Vick on a screen pass. He
Yes.
tipped it up and caught it and ran it back. I mean, I don't think that gets enough love. You outran Michael Vick. Like, that's a big deal.
It doesn't. I played wide receiver in high school. I was slow as all get out, but Chris Canty got up there. He's Chris Canty's like 6'8", put his big hands up. He threw it over Chris, and I caught the ball. And I just remember myself running to the left, and I saw Michael Vick. I knew he was faster than me, but I said, you know what? Maybe if you just give him the Heisman and close your eyes, you can actually stiff arm him and knock him down. And I did that. And when I opened my eyes up, I just saw the two uprights, and I just booked it as fast as I could for about 69 yards. So that is one of those moments. I forgot about that one.
That is my one. And again, like, it was, football is such a magical thing. Like, you associate with memories. It was, my dad and I went to the game the next week, which was on Christmas Day when you guys played the Eagles. And so it was just, I was so looking forward to that. And then that happened. It was just really, really, really fun. Good job by you. Good job by Chris Candy. You also got McNabb a couple of times that way. Like, again, that's not an easy thing to do. That's why you're in the Hall of Fame. You mentioned it a couple of times. Your sleep number bed, obviously super important to you. Sleep Number is the official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL. Currently 80%. That's an enormous amount of active roster players benefit from the improved sleep performance on Sleep Number smart beds. And next week, as I understand it, at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, you've got a Sleep Number doctor who's like, so you're going into the Hall of Fame with Sleep Number? That's an amazing thing.
You know what? They are the best company when it comes to sleep and wellness. And why not go to the top of the top, right? They, at least 80% of the NFL, guys have Sleep Number beds, right? But now, guys that are at the top, the Hall of Fame class, the 371, I'm actually 371 of this whole deal. But to now have their doctor come in to teach us about sleep, because sleep is so important when it comes to recovery, especially, as you get in the tail end of your, I would say still your career, you're being a former player and being able to get sleep and recover. And that just lets you know that if you got a doctor coming to the Hall of Fame, there is not one company that has a doctor that does research and science stuff to learn about how you can sleep better, and then transfer that over into your phone, which everybody talks on their phone, or if you have that bed at the house, right? And being able to put that science in your bed and telling you that, hey, not only the normal civilian can have this technology, but everybody else can have it too as well from the top. And that's it with the Hall of Fame.
That is awesome. Sleep Number, a Hall of Fame company. You're a Hall of Famer. So the marriage between the two of you makes a whole lot of sense. I can't let you out of here, DeMarcus, without doing like the normal part of my job, which is how does this season go for the Cowboys? They win the Super Bowl? You might as well just say it. Like, you know what I mean? You might as well just declare the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl.
I always say the Dallas Cowboys can win the Super Bowl every year. Going over there and talking to McCarthy, talking to DQ, it was a great feeling to see that the guys actually owning who they are, where they fit in the defense or offense, and they were having fun. And the leaders were actually being leaders, because usually you go over there are so many leaders, but now you have a lot of guys that can be leaders, but they pinpointed like a DeMarcus Lawrence or a Micah Parsons or Dak Prescott. You are our guy. We're following you. And I feel like that's what was needed, especially coming from the earlier years when McCarthy first came, and you seeing them mature now into a better team. I think that they have all the tools. They do. It's all about the injuries this year and them getting into the postseason.
Well, they need sleep number beds, I think, to be able to rehabilitate properly. And you know what? Let's just do it. That way
Yeah.
we can say the year the Cowboys broke the drought was the year DeMarcus Ware led the way by going into the Hall of Fame. D Ware, congratulations again from all of us at Blog on the Boys, from Dallas Cowboys fans everywhere. I hope every moment is just savored by you and your family. Completely and totally well deserved and well earned. And remember that you absolutely earned this. So thank you for all the memories, and we're celebrating with you next week.
All right. Thank you so much.